Wow. My daughter reminded me yesterday that the new moon was approaching. And I was strolling through Facebook, and all of a sudden it dawned on me the new moon. So I went to my calendar to confirm what day, and I'm to catch it approaching this day. And right now I'm looking at the time. It is 3:33 a.m. September the 17th. And 2020. So 333, we all know that that's a divine, powerful number if we're into the numerology of things. But for me to jump up out of my bed and for that to come to my remembrance about what my daughter said regarding the new moon, and here it is, I'm sitting on my back porch. I mean, it's like the spirit popped me up out of my bed to come out here at this time, 3:33 a.m. So I would like to share a few things that's been going on in my life that I feel like they are tests and also a part of what needed to be done to go to the next level. It's like I took a journey back into the dark world, into the dark aspects of myself. And like I said in previous videos, we do have to become one with all aspects of ourselves. You know, not to let either or any emotion or any thought take dominance. We have to become beings of balance. And as right now, as I'm sitting up under the new moon, the newness of the reality that balance has to be in place. No matter what level we're on, our journey, it's about learning the balance. I assume that's one reason why we go so far into the dark world. And I don't mean black as evil, because black is my deity. That's the most highest of highest. My blackness, love. It's like the blackness and love, it to me are one. The highest of highest is the blackest of the blackest, and the highest vibration is love. I don't have proof, documentation. All I know in my spirit. That's the only confirmation I need in my spirit. I don't need to walk by nobody's doctrines, nobody laws. I have that within my spirit, as each of us do. We all have our own written live Bible within us, that living word within us. Every breath we take is the living word, the living deity being in this realm. I don't need to walk by guidelines of others' opinions and their way of, just living. We should be free to have that within on a level of love. But what I'm saying is the journey of life is, while we're learning the balance of this journey in life, no matter what level, it all boils down to balancing, becoming one within ourselves. Because, maybe that's why, everything happens for a reason, and every lesson should be a blessing where it's turned into growth. It's for our growth, for our enhancement, for the becoming the best, bringing out the best in us. Maybe that's why we were in a religion that went by certain rules, so we could learn how to be balanced within ourselves. Maybe that's why we were in the lower levels of life living at certain times, drugs, alcohol, gone just left field. So we could learn the freedom, the balance. We know what it feels like to be loose and wild. Okay, we should have learned through that level to become balanced, disciplined. Okay, now on the other end, the doctrines, the rules, the regulations, the commandments. Okay, we should have learned how to be disciplined and in control, self-control, but balanced. So where does the looseness and the strictness have its balance to bring about freedom? There's a freedom in the balancing, in the evening out our lives, system within and without, the balancing of it. Not too much on this end or too much on that end. Some of us could be so overly spiritual till we're no earthly good. Where's the balance? As I'm sitting under the new moon approaching, where it's making me remember the balance of life. It's like I visited my wild side. I knew I wasn't going to get overly out of balance. We got to have something that's within us to keep us from tilting the boat over. There has to be an anchor within us. And that anchor is when we become one with ourselves to embrace who we are. The good, the bad, the ugly. Because at any given time, those parts of us may want to peep its head out, but will you let it tilt the boat over? This is the divine in us having that self-control, that discipline, that anchor. We are either the demon or the God or the demon. If we're into that stuff, that kind of terminology, you are the worst enemy to conquer. If we want to conquer enemies on the outside, are we conquering the enemy within? Are we conquering that lower nature within? Is it out of control? Is it taking over our lives, tilting the boat, causing us to sink? under this new moon, reminding myself the discipline that I am a God. We are gods. We have the power. We have the anchor within to create our world, to make decisions, to choose, to be balanced or to be extreme to either end. You may consider yourself living a life without sin. Okay, good. But the balance that, if you want to use the terminology of sin and righteousness, I like freedom. I am who I am, no matter what level, no matter what today brings, it's still me. Without regret. But I know everything good to me may not be good for me, because I want the best of me to represent. I want higher vibrating levels to represent. I know I don't want to cater to the lower vibrating actions of my life. That's not good for me. But if I do choose to participate, you better believe I'm going to balance it out. I am who I am, and I love every aspect of myself. If I choose to be with a certain person, and that certain person doesn't bring out the best in me, I may only choose to be with you for a second. In my life, in my world, you have the freedom to be who you are in your world, and I have the freedom to be who I am in my world. It could be only a passing moment if our worlds do not bring out the best in each other. It's only a fleeting moment. Everything good to us may not be good for us if it's not bringing out the higher vibrating frequencies of our lives, of our minds, of our spirits and bodies. I'm only going to be in a lower vibrating frequency moments. Moments is something I choose to do for moments at a time. Nothing longer, because I know my goal is to bring out more of the best qualities, the divine qualities of a higher vibrating level. You're a God no matter what level, vibrating level, low, high, middle. We are all gods. But I choose to live a life of the higher frequencies and not the lower. I don't choose to wallow more than seconds in the lower levels. I love everybody. We are all free to be. Well, I would assume that all of us as a whole are going through the same frequencies of choosing to stay at that lower vibrating level or deciding to come up higher. So whatever tests are before us, the choice is either or. As every day of our lives, it's a either or choice. And we're free to make those choices. But I choose to come up higher every day. But if I choose to go to the lower level, it's only for a second, because I can't manifest and magnetize what I want on those lower levels. You're only going to vibrate and magnetize and manifest on those lower levels. Whatever level, that's the level of manifestations. So it was fun. I enjoyed it, but I got to keep moving on higher, moving on up just a little bit higher and higher and higher. Have a blessed morning, blessed day.